election?
Yeah, thank you, Fred. I think it is clear that the by-elections were marred by voter bribery, as we saw in Mbeere North, where people were given money to vote for their preferred candidates. And of course, we saw there was a lot of violence in places like Malava. And those two incidences, we saw that both the voter and the aspirants are being bribed, both to go out of the election and, of course, to favor a particular candidate. And these are signs that in 2027, we should expect more of these incidences. And this is clear in the Elections Offences Act of 2016, that, for instance, bribery, that candidate should be charged 2 million shillings or 6 years imprisonment, and many other issues that have been orchestrated by both government operatives, the ruling party, goons, the plainclothes police officers who are used to corrupt and to, of course, influence the voting patterns of the various electorate positions.
Okay. At Linet, we saw the IEBC crack the whip, at least in one instance, when there was violence recorded in Kasipul. Two of the candidates were fined 1 million shillings each. Do you think that that was enough, or do you feel that the IEBC could have done more?
First of all, thank you so much, TV47. I think the fine was not enough. They could be bad not even to stand for any political, to vie for any political. But again, there is...
Kindly pass the handheld microphone.
Okay, thank you so much. I think they could be bad not even to vie for any political seat in Kenya. When you look at the bribery, first of all, the bribery that took place in this by-election, like I can say in Kisii, because I come from Kisii, I saw that people were given money, but they did not vote for the government. Those people who stood for the government, they even chased away those people who came with the money. I believe that Kenyan people, if you stand strong, we can make good decisions and we can vote leaders who are credible to work for the people of Kenya.
Okay.
So I think IEBC is compromised in a way, and the fines were not okay. They were not okay because I think it's coming from above. That's what I can say.
All right. And the civil society accuses the IEBC of failing to deliver free, fair and credible polls, citing widespread malpractice ranging from voter bribery, violence, voter suppression, misuse of state resources. Virginia, do you agree, or do you feel that we are being a bit too harsh on an IEBC that's still young in its tenure?
Thank you very much, Fred, for this opportunity. As the young people, we are demanding for change. But how are we going to get this change if the people we trust to give us credible elections with transparency and accountability are not held responsible? I feel the government have totally failed us, actually completely totally failed us. Because, for example, a good example is Mbeere North. We saw like political parties, the major political parties, the government and the oppositions, they were really fighting for this position. And this transpired to a lot of state money being misused. This is our money. And it is being used to bring a leader on board. How is this going to happen for those people who don't have the financial muscles? This is the young people who need to be in the government. The voters being bought. And the big question is, are even the voters ready for this change that they want?
Right.
If their money is going to be used to put these leaders on board, how are they going even to defend them in the parliament?
Okay.
For me, I totally disagree, and I feel that the IEBC, no matter how young they are, they should be held responsible and apologize. They owe us that.
Yes.
Thank you.
Nick, and I know before we even get to your feelings about the outcome of the by-elections, I just need your sentiments on how the IEBC performed there in as far as ensuring a level playing field for all candidates.
Yes.
The level of, the kind of accusations probably may have hindered even some young aspirants. And I've had quite a number of aspirants here talking about how probably they may not be able to afford some of the things they saw happen. Do you agree that the IEBC this time failed?
Well, a very good morning, Fred, to you and to our viewers. I want to tackle it in this manner. First, the IEBC came into office just a few months ago. And right just before the former IEBC chair passed, there was a lot of time to first vet and get new people on the job. So I want to first look at the process of getting these people on the job. Why did it take so long? Because election was almost 2 to 3 years ago. And 3 years down the line, we still don't have new people in the office to prepare for by-elections. So I only sympathize with the people of Mbeere North, the people of Barisa, the people of Magarini, for lacking members of parliament to represent their views and ideas to parliament. Two, it is to commend the IEBC because for the first time we see candidates getting fined. We've never seen it before in the previous by-elections, so that is a commendable thing. Number three, how I want to look at it, I think it's also time that IEBC embraces audit because if you're talking about voter bribery, is it just between the candidate and the voters? And what can IEBC also do to that? Do they have the power, do they have the mandate to actually sue or take to court either the candidate or the voter? So those are the things that in matters of policy we want to look at. That IEBC maybe should they be given more power to look at such things. And then four, the element of inclusivity in this process. I think how do we make elections more transparency can be a better solution to everyone, because in places like Mbeere North, where we are still struggling with electricity, we're still struggling with transport. So how do we make observers, independent observers, to come and observe the elections with free and fair participation? And then finally, the element of how does the government of the day participate in making sure that there is one, security. Because the security agency seems to be failing in their job or seem to be reluctant to participate in making sure that either the candidate is safe or the voter is safe. So those are the elements that we think that if they're looked at, then election can be fair.
What about you, Moses?